Welcome back to Fireside Yankees. My name is Alex. Today we're talking about Cody Bellinger and what he would bring to the New York Yankees and the current state of his availability. Right now, Chicago Cubs fighting their way back in the NL Central in the wild card standings. They're 6 back in the NL Central and about 4 back in the wild card. So the Yankees aren't far off from being in a similar spot. They're about 2.5 games back in the wild card, and they're way out of reach, and the Baltimore Orioles are running away with the division with the Tampa Bay Rays, trying to fight their way back. They had the first place spot locked up for quite a while, but it seems like the Orioles are pulling away with it. Now, the Yankees obviously could use some offense, to say the least. They could use some offensive firepower. Cody Bellinger has been linked to New York for months now. This is not the first time you've heard his name, and it certainly won't be the last over the next couple of days. There's an argument to say that the Cubs may decide, we want to go and actually compete for the playoffs. You look what the Angels just did, taking Shohei Ohtani off the market, going out and buying a couple of players, and now they're trying to make a push. And I respect that for what it's worth. They decided, we're not going to just sit by and watch Ohtani, one of the best players to ever play the game, walk in free agency. We don't give a shit. We're actually going to put our money where our mouth is, try to get some players and make a push, make a run, and commit to this guy. And, I respect that. You got to respect the efforts and actually trying to win instead of just, calling it in and getting prospects for Ohtani. But the Yankees, on the other hand, don't know what they're going to do. They're still undecided, reportedly. So, we'll see what happens here. But Bellinger is a really exciting player. If you guys know anything about Cody Bellinger, he was an MVP a couple years back in 2019, hit 305 with a 406 OBP. And fast forward to current day, he's hitting 312 with a 360 OBP. So, yes, he's not as good as he was. He had 47 homers with 115 RBIs that season, but he's certainly having a pretty good year nonetheless with a 140 WRC+. He's hitting 312 with a 360 OBP, 16.8% strikeout rate, 7.4% walk rate, with 15 homers and 46 RBIs and 12 stolen bases. This is a good ball player. This is a guy who has some moxie. He can play center field. He can play first base. You can move him around the outfield if you want to the corner spots to supplement injuries or deficiencies, which the Yankees certainly have. And you look into next year and you could say to yourself, hey, let's just re-sign Cody Bellinger and not bring back Harrison Bader, who's always injured. That's a perspective to consider if you're the Yankees. You can bring back Bellinger. He can play center field for you for a long time. He's still pretty young. And then you can transition him to first base as a long-term solution there. Maybe when Jason Dominguez comes up or, Everson Pereira gets called up and see what they got. Maybe they, make a career for themselves at the big league level. Bellinger is on fire right now. In the month of July, he's hitting 415 with a 433 OBP, a 1.189 OPS. Had a home run yesterday. The guy is just absolutely mashing. He has been on fire in the month of July. Now, his June metrics are not as good. His April, first month of the season, were really, really solid. So it looks like he's recovered his form, and he fits and profiles perfectly for Yankee Stadium, guys. This is a player who lefty can generate home runs, generate power. He actually, interestingly, has some of the lowest power metrics in his career right now, but he's still hitting pretty solid balls. He's making contact. He's getting on base. He's coming up clutch. He's hitting big home runs. You throw that thing inside, you throw a hanger inside, he's going to demolish it. He's going to send it into the freaking bleachers. This is a player who has some attitude, some passion, and he would bring that to New York. I don't think this is another Joey Gallo situation where he comes and just falls apart. This guy wants to be a New York Yankee. This guy wants to be donning the pinstripes. He knows what it means, and I think that's the kind of guy you need to bring in right now for the Yankees, someone who comes to this team and understands what it means to be a Yankee and wants to be a Yankee. He wants to succeed here and really has that passion to do so. He's a good fit for what we need. He's a perfect fit for the stadium itself, and he's got a lot more upside in terms of turning his career around after that MVP season a couple years ago. We know he has it in him. With the Chicago Cubs, he's completely flipped the script. So now if you're the Yankees, you got to ask yourself, is it worth sending prospects now and buying now to actually acquire him? That way you can extend him sooner rather than later. Or do you just wait until free agency and hope that you can get him when he hits the open market instead of the Cubs maybe trying to lock him down earlier? If the Yankees go out and acquire him, you better believe that they're going to extend him because he is a good fit for us and he makes a lot of sense, especially if you're going to let Bader go. But you also have to factor in that the Cubs may want to hit the postseason. They may want to make a run at the playoffs. And if that is the case, they're going to try and keep Bellinger. And I think that that's somewhat realistic right now as we get really close to the trade deadline. We got you guys covered with all the news and rumors coming up over the next couple of days. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And I can't wait to hear your perspectives on Cody Bellinger because it's certainly coming down to the wire.